My special guest today is an expert in men's fashion, and I feel very fortunate to have him on the show today. He has been featured in publications such as 405 Magazine, Splurge Magazine, OKC, and the Oklahoma Gazette. He has been on the television show Living Oklahoma, and he's one of the most sought-after men's fashion consultants in the country. I'd like to introduce Kevin Samuels to TSR Live. And Kevin, thanks for coming on today, man. It's a real pleasure.
Thanks much for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Hey, guys, what's going on?
Good stuff. Now, if you guys have questions for Kevin, just make sure that you put them in the chat, and we'll get to them. We'll get to your questions in the order that they were receiving. Kevin, I guess the first question I'll ask you is, what got you into men's fashion? When did you know that you had a knack for making men look good?
You know, everybody can say they were born to do something. I've always been interested in this since I was about 7 years old. But all my buddies, I used to always dress well because I just liked it, but I knew when I could actually work with other friends. Okay. I would take my guys who were computer engineers or video game geeks and show them how if you can just put something on that fits your body, you can up your skills 2 or 3 points and then go from being the nerd in the high school to actually being walking the front halls and being just like everybody else. And luckily for me, my career in outside sales always made me be on stage. I had to perform and present. But I fell backwards into this when I left corporate America, starting a boutique ad agency, and I was doing PR for an attorney. She was going to go meet with the governor, had to kill her PR project, but she said herself, I dress like a Oompa Loompa. I'm a and she's like, I don't know what to wear. And she's like, hey, you always dress really sharp. Can you help me? And I'm like, well, yeah, you could do this. She's like, well, how much do I need to pay you for that? Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, there it was. There it was. So I started looking at it, and people had told me that before, but before the internet, it really wasn't practical. Sure.
So, you know, fast forward, I went and got my certifications and all that kind of stuff. But really, it's just a passion. When I'm not on the phone or on the internet or making videos, man, I'm smelling fragrances, looking at different stuff. This is just what I do. I live this stuff. So, long story short, that's how I got there.
Good, very good. Yeah, it sounds to me like you had a passion for men's fashion before you started getting paid for it, before you started doing this for a living. How long have you officially been a men's fashion consultant? How long have you been in the business?
I've been in business since 2012.
Okay.
And I just got my actual, you know, there's some people who are in the business who aren't certified, but I believe in going to get your credentials.
Right.
So there's an Association of Image Consultants International where you have to go through a battery of different tests. You have to meet all these different marks. So I just actually got my my master level certification. So that means actually, let's say Tom Ford, if they decided to call and say, hey, would you like to consult with us? I actually am qualified to go do that kind of stuff, but I don't like to work at that level. I like to work at the everyday regular people level who like to shop at Target, Walmart.
There you go. Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, Gap. You know, I'm not trying to break people's banks. I'm trying to give guys the biggest bang for your buck and let you use clothing as a tool to get what you want out of life.
Good. Very good. Let me ask you this, because obviously, you know, my audience, myself included, we're not swimming in money. I mean, most of us, I would imagine, we probably do all right. Why do you think it's important to look good on a budget? Why do you think listen, if you've got Versace money, like if you can afford, if you can go out and buy a $3,000 Italian suit and still be in the black, and you know your portfolio is rock solid, everything is good, that's all well and good. But why do you think it's important for men who don't make a shitload of money to look good on a budget?
The science of it is pretty settled. Everybody knows you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We all know that.
Of course.
But here's the real hardcore reality. Inside of 7 seconds of somebody seeing you or meeting you for the first time, they make 11 different assumptions about you that stick. You can't change them without Herculean effort. So it's important for a guy to, which is, image is not just your appearance. It's your appearance, behavior, your communication, and your digital footprint. So it's ABCD. If you get nothing else from here, take that away. To use that as a tool to get what you want. We've talked about, even if you talk about dating broads, you can either be in the yes or no pile with your image, far away, Ron Wills has really been talking about this a lot recently, as he's talking to guys about, you know, getting in with women.
Right.
We all know it. The problem is a lot of us, a lot of us had our moms buying our clothes or our girlfriends buying our clothes.
Yep.
Women dress guys to look cute, and guys dress for status. So most of us, you go to the local mall and you see a guy who's in his 30s, and he's not really dressed differently than a boy who's 8 or 9 years old. That's only happened in the last 30 years with the advent of athleisure, Jordans, and all this other kind of stuff. So it's important because you're an entrepreneur. You're a business owner. You talk about game. A big part of game is attraction.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And, you know, that line that you have on your says something. That says that guy's attention to detail. I don't care if it's some baggy sweatpants. A woman's going to look at your face and look at the line of your hair, how your beard trimmed, and they're going to say he's neat. He grooms himself. That must mean he's clean. Oh, I can have sex with him. That happens before she can even get into her conscious brain.
Right. Right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
That's it. And guys can do this on a budget. Hear me, guys. You don't have to be rich. You can shop at Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Nordstrom Rack. If you just remember 3 things, your clothes have to fit.
Okay.
Keep your shoes clean, and just make sure your lines are tight on your face, and you're in. And if you wear a fragrance every day, a cologne every day, even better.
Okay.
You got that stuff at home.
Right, right. Yeah, so it sounds to me like you're telling us that that we more than likely have everything we need already to look good.
Dude, here's the funny thing. The average person doesn't wear 80% of their clothes. And when I say that 70 to 80% of their clothes, people are like, nah, that's not true. So when I go and show them, I say, okay, go into your closet and I ask you one question. Have you worn this in the last 12 months? It's a yes or no question. It's a binary choice. If it's yes, it goes over here. If it's no, it goes over here.
Right.
I give you a Xanax and some bourbon. And I'm like, okay. And I'll show you that you only wear this stuff. And I say, you know, Donovan, if you're going to go meet, you know, some mucky muck or some celebrity, you're going to do this, such and so. Show me the shirt you grab for. Okay, and you show me. And I said, every shirt in front of that shirt was a waste of time. And then I show guys that, wow, I only wear about 20% of my clothing. Okay, so we just take that clothing and we just reconfigure it and make a tremendous amount of outfits out of the stuff that you already like.
Okay.
Wear. And then you go from there. It's already there, man.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is that a lot of guys, like, we think we know how to dress ourselves because, as you said earlier, we grow up being dressed by our mothers and our girlfriends. Right. And listen, man, my girl, she buys me clothes. You know, right. I mean, this is just how we do it. So I think it's very important. I think it's very important for it. And listen, it's okay if your girl, buys you clothes or whatever. Oh, yeah. But I think it's very important for you to dress yourself and know what looks good on you and what does not.
Very much so. And, you know, and that's around the world because 70% of all men's clothing are bought by women, but it's the guys who actually
say that again. You said, say that. Give me that statistic one more time because that's important.
All men's clothing is purchased by women. You know, think about it and we've been dressing ourselves since we were 2. So it's really, really hard to tell men who are rational, logical, and practical, you don't know how to do this right, and you've been doing it all your life. There's a difference between having clothing on and then dressing for outcomes. I help guys dress for outcomes, results. You're a man. I'm a man.
Sure.
Can we go cut a tree down using an axe? Sure. Can we cut the same tree down using a handsaw? Sure. But why not use the chainsaw? Use the right tool for the job. Right. We understand that. Clothing has to be used as a tool for the job in your personal life. I'm going to say this right now. I have gotten more business in my professional life just being dressed the way I dress than I do when I'm actually soliciting customers.
How about that? So it's almost like you're your own business card almost.
That's it. You're your own business card. You're your own card. You're your own advertisement. You are your own brand.
Okay.
Everybody has what I call a personal brand. And it's not what you think. It's what people say about you when you leave the room. It's a talk. You know, you may not dig my style, but at least you'll be like, that guy is stylish.
Right. Right.
You pick your career. You have to pick that outcome, so you have to dress those ways.
Let me ask you something, because I think it's important for men to know and understand, why do clients come to you in the first place? What's their, and I know that you alluded to this a little bit earlier, but what's the number one reason that your male clients come to you? What seems to be the issue when they come to you and they say, Kevin, I need you to give me a consultation on the way I dress because of, and what's the number one reason there?
Most guys are in some sort of transition. Transition means you've either lost weight or you gain weight. You've had a breakup. You're getting divorced. You're looking to move up in your company, or you're going to start your business. Guys are looking for answers. And that's my best client, when somebody is saying, you know what, I know image is important, but I don't know how to do it. And I've done it my way before. Now I want different outcomes. I need a pro to help me get there. The biggest one, and honestly, the biggest subset of that tends to be some sort of breakup with a woman.
Right. Yeah, like when they're getting, like, they're back on the dating market, or they're just recently divorced and they want to become more attractive. Okay. All right.
Like, you think about it, that same woman who was buying your clothes is gone too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You've lost your own personal fashion consultant, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. My next question is for guys who, okay, so let's just take this step by step here. So I'm Donovan Sharpe. I've just gone through a breakup, divorce, whatever. Not that I'll ever get married again, and my viewers and listeners know all about that. But Donovan Sharpe, I walk into Kevin Samuel's office and I say, Kevin, I'm on a budget. I make $45,000 a year. I'm a supervisor at a power plant, but I want to look good. I want to look good for the ladies. I'm about to be back on the dating market. What is the first step that I should take when I decide to overhaul my current wardrobe? Where should I start?
Everything starts with the shoes.
Okay.
Just like you're building a house, Donovan. We could build the biggest palatial mansion. We could put, artwork in there, the greatest furniture and all this other stuff. If the foundation sucks, the house will fall apart and it won't work. Shoes are so critical for every outfit. I've seen guys in $10,000 tailored suits wearing hush puppies, and it throws the whole thing off.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. Shoes have a storied history I won't tell about here, but they communicate status and so many different things. I mean, think about it. I could borrow, if you and I if I came to wherever you live and we're going to go out on the town, and I didn't have any clothes, I could borrow your clothes. I could borrow your cologne. I could borrow your car. I could borrow a lot of things. I can't borrow your drawers. I can't borrow your shoes. Those are two things you can't borrow, so they're uniquely a guy. So men and women look at a man from afar, size them up, and then they go down to the shoes. Are they clean? Guys, even if you don't have any money, shine your shoes. If you have lace-up shoes, let's say you have a pair of brown lace-ups, put some blue shoelaces in them.
Okay.
That little pop of color, that little detail doesn't cost you. Keep them clean. Put a shoe tree in them. Okay. A guy only needs 5 pairs of shoes.
Okay, that was going to be my very next question. You read my mind. 5 pairs of shoes. Let's go down that list.
The guy needs 5 pairs of shoes, and understand, any kind of athletic shoe is a lifestyle choice. I'm a cyclist, so I need cycle shoes. I don't need Jordans. A guy needs a straight black lace up kind of Oxford. That's what you're going to wear with a suit to a business interview, a funeral, something like that. The next shoe you're going to need is some sort of loafer, like a penny loafer or something that you can slide on. This is the shoe a guy wear a lot. The sexy shoe will be either a single monk or a double monk strap shoe. That shoe can be worn from casual to even suiting. It is one of the sexiest shoes, one of the best looking shoes a guy can wear. The next shoe is some sort of a boot. Whether it's a work boot, a chukka boot, an ankle boot, or a Chelsea boot, especially, and that adds a lot of style and flair. And then you need a driver. That's a loafer with just like, studs at the bottom. Some people go for a boat shoe over that. That's the only 5 shoes you need. Everything after that is a lifestyle choice. And then you get those 5 shoes, you got the foundation of a great wardrobe that will last. And the question of price and quality always comes up too. So I'm sure that'll come later on now.
Oh, listen, and that, I mean, obviously price and quality makes a big difference. So on that note, so 5 pairs of shoes. Where would you suggest that men should go to get these 5 pairs of shoes? Should you buy them online? Should you actually go into the store to try them on to make sure it's a good fit? I mean, because listen, I mean, I'm a Target guy. I'm a TJ Maxx guy. I mean, I don't mind. And listen, I'm a Goodwill guy too. Like a lot of the clothes that I have in my closet right now came from thrift
incredible
stores.
Stuff in Goodwill.
Absolute man. I've been telling my friends for years, bruh, you guys got to get on that Goodwill thrift store game. So where would you suggest that men start to shop first in order to build at least a foundation right now with their shoe collection?
Let me give you, understand, shoes are so important. We could talk for hours on this, but let me give you 2 takeaways.
Okay.
1, it is manufacturally, professionally impossible to make a quality pair of men's dress shoes or any of those shoes I just talked about for under $150. You just can't get the leather. You can't get everything you need. You can find them for less. You can find them for $60 or $70, but you'll end up replacing that pair of shoes, that $60 or $70 pair of shoes. You'll replace it every 6 months to 2 years. My shoes are into 10 years plus.
Okay. Wow. Wait, hold on. 10 years plus. How the hell do you do that?
It's because everything I just said, you take care of them. You take care of your shoes and they take care of you. This shoe right here.
Yeah.
How old would you think that shoe is?
I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years old.
Dude, this shoe is almost 9 years old. It's because I do everything I said. I put it. You got to take care of your shoes like you take care of a car. Put a shoe tree in it. The average foot sweats half a pint of sweat a day. That gets deposited right into your shoe.
Listen, man, I guarantee you that 95% of people listening right now did not know that, including myself. I did not know that.
And you think about it, it just sits and you kick your shoe off and it just sits there, and day over day over day, you don't clean it. Imagine if you just didn't brush your teeth, what your mouth would look like. That's how we treat our shoes.
Jesus Christ.
It's the most important part of the outfit. So here's the thing. The best value for shoe dollar, in my opinion, on the market is a company called Magnani, Magnani. I've recommended these to dozens or hundreds of guys. You can go into I recommend doing this, gank it. Go into your local Neiman Marcus, go into your local Nordstrom, go get your foot size. Most guys don't have their foot size right. We just don't do these things. But once you get your foot size, Magnani runs true to size.
Okay.
NordstromRack.com. That shoe that I just showed you, sells for $650. I got it on sale at Nordstrom Rack for $82. And then I got it on NordstromRack.com doing a clear the rack sale, which is 25% off of clearance. I got it for 25% off of that. So I walked away with a $600 pair of shoes for about $65, tax included. Had it to me in 2 days.
Dude, you are a man after my own heart. Listen, whether it's like I've bought anything, clothes, underwear, cars, land. Listen, I'm not paying sticker, man. Like I'm looking for a discount. And I'm not the kind of guy who likes to spend a lot of money on clothes as it is. I mean, I just admitted here on, live on the internet that I shop at the thrift store. And I've admitted that before in articles, but there's no shame in my game, man. I'm not trying to go broke, but to get a $600 pair of shoes for what, $82?
$65, and they were delivered in 2 days. Because here's the thing. I started with a plan. Donovan, the average 40-year-old professional person as a man has over $50,000 tied up in his wardrobe. The average, not everybody.
Sure.
That's from shoes, that's from underwear to hats. The average woman has $75,000. Would anybody make a $50,000 purchase or $75,000 purchase without doing research, without a plan?
Right.
But most of us go out and buy clothes because we'll be walking and we'll do something, and we'll be walking by a store and they'll say, "Hey, big sale extravaganza," and you'll see a shirt and it'll be $4, and like, "Oh, that's cool."
That's me. I'm the guy. Ooh, $4. Let me go get that.
But you are different. Most people will buy it, and you go into the closet and it's still got the tag on it, and it's like, go into your closet and be like, "I have nothing to wear," because nothing fits. You have no plan. There's no style, personality. So for everybody, it's more important to know what not to buy.
Okay.
Like I said, my brand is stylish. I know what works for me and what I'm trying to communicate. You could have the most kick-ass Gucci, Ferragamo, Versace, whatever high name brand lumberjack flannel shirt, and it could be for $5. I wouldn't get it because it doesn't fit with what I'm trying to communicate.
Okay. So you have to have a plan. So
I'm saying
when planning your wardrobe, you have to have a plan. You can't just say, "Oh, this looks good," or "That's a great price. Let's just go buy this and that and the other." Because then when it comes time to go out or go do something, you don't have it put together because there was no plan. Is that about what you're saying?
That's it. And see, instinctively, you know, like I said, that 20%, you instinctively know what looks good on you.
Right.
Take what you are. The thing about image is you're not peacocking, you're not wearing an outfit. I'm taking what's in here that you already know, and I'm bringing it out public to where your image and appearance doesn't matter, where people can just see Donovan. It's the same thing you do with that 20%. We take that 20% and we just tweak it. Oh, you got this right here. Let's add this pair of shoes. Let's clean this pair of shoes. Let's trash that pair of shoes. Let's change these shoelaces. Okay. Then we need these pants. We need this shirt, such and so forth. Okay, here's the basics. You build a wardrobe, and then you maintain it. You keep your clothes because now it's small, it's minimal, like guys love small, minimal, highly functional.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna put my shirts on wooden hangers because these are good shirts and they're gonna last me a long time. I'm gonna care for them better, and you don't have to worry about replacing them because they're gonna tear up. Even your t-shirts. And then if you decide you want to splurge on a trend or something, you can. But most often, guys are just like, here's the thing: with most guys, once we get our wardrobe where it is, it's just maintenance. We save money and spend it on toys.
Right. This is what we like to do. Listen, you said something in there that I had never heard before. You said, I want to take care of my clothes, so I'm going to put them on wooden hangers. What's the difference between putting clothes on wooden hangers or plastic hangers like 99% of the population? Because I'd never heard that before.
It's all about the shirt. Like a shirt, first off, it helps to keep the moth stuff down. It helps with the lines of the shirt. They're more sturdy. You can get away with plastic hangers on some things, but on your dress shirts, on your pants, and on especially in your suit jackets. I mean, again, you don't have a lot of these things, so you get the appropriate thing for your item.
Yes, but listen, spend a little extra coin on taking care of your shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, you think about it. If you only need one, a guy only needs one suit for his entire life.
Right.
That's a charcoal gray, 2-button, classically cut suit. That's it. Not black, not navy blue, charcoal gray because it fits in both things. Well, if you only need one suit, and I can say, Donovan, don't go to local Nordstrom's or Macy's. I can show you where you can go get it tailor-made specifically to your body for a third of the cost and have 10 times the quality. You put that suit on, it's going to feel like butter. It's going to look specifically for you. Think about it. When you first if you ever bought a new car off the lot, most guys have, when they bought that new car off the lot, you washing it every day.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's what you do with that suit, because that suit takes care of you and you take care of it, because when you wear it, when you need to, you know you're the man. And if you already have confidence, it takes you to the stratosphere, because people are like, wow, that suit looks incredible. Is there Armani or whatever? And you're like, dude, no, this is custom made by Talia and it's $400, but it looks like 5,000.
Right.
Because those two companies go to the same place, get the material from the same place. I know all those things. So guys come to me for a learning curve. You can get a guy can get a quality wardrobe for next to nothing, and then take that money and put it in a mutual fund.
Right. Invest your money. Listen, if you don't take care of your clothes, if you don't take care of your possessions, they become depreciating assets. But when you use things like wooden hangers or shoe trees, I mean, this is what helps you to preserve these potentially depreciating assets.
I had one guy call me. He's like, man, I never was big into fashion, but just since I've been watching you, I have just started doing two simple things. I wear this cologne called Nautica Voyage. It's $15, one of the best fragrances on the planet. You can pick it up at Ross or TJ Maxx. Nautica Voyage. He's like, man, I've been getting compliments, and I've never been complimented before in my life. I could hear it in his voice.
Wow.
How it changed his life. People normally just walk by you, but say you smell good. That boosts your esteem and self.
Hell yeah.
Higher. Then he said, now, and I've been ironing my clothes instead of just wearing them because it's a non-iron shirt. He's like, now my managers are starting to call me into meetings that I normally wasn't in. They're asking my opinion and stuff. He's like, they're treating me completely different. And it's all because
He chose another scent and he ironed his shirts. That's unbelievable. How those two small differences, those two small changes have made that big a difference. Let me now. This is a very good. This is an interesting question. A lot of the early, and I know that PUA and game and all that is certainly not something that at least you haven't publicly dabbled in. But you mentioned something earlier called peacocking. Is peacocking ever appropriate as far as fashion goes, or should you really just keep it simple and just keep it stylish?
You know, it's appropriate in one-off situations.
Okay.
You're going to a cruise, a singles cruise to the Bahamas, then yeah, go out and get a peacock outfit. But in general, you need to use at least a +1. If you don't know what it's going to be like, let's say you're going to a dinner party, you want to dress like everybody else, but one level higher, because your appearance communicates so many different things, but you don't want to be wearing rhinestones and studs, such and so forth.
Right.
You want, especially if you're, it depends on what you're communicating. If you're going to do business, as a black man going to do business, I always consult my black clients and say, use your black armor. Clothing is armor for the world. What is the image of the typical? Everybody has a typical stereotype. Go in and defy those stereotypes. And how many times does someone say, hey, you're black, but you're not black?
Right. Oh yeah. As soon as it doesn't really have. I mean, I don't dress like I'm not the I don't know if I'm the stereotypical black guy or not, but I have a lot of different. I've got a couple of fashion, mannerisms, and then I've got a couple of unique accessories. But yeah, I understand what you mean. You want to defy, kind of go against those stereotypes, and when you do that, people notice you anyway because you sort of stick out.
And here's the thing. Image is a subtotal of the ABCD. Guys, remember it's ABCD: appearance, behavior, communication, digital footprint. Appearance is just the first 7 seconds. It just opens the door. You can nail it with your appearance and blow it as soon as you open your mouth. But how you behave and how you talk, the subconscious mind is an incredible thing. Donovan, I've had more doors open for me. I've gone higher, farther in corporate America, places I should not be able to go based on my resume. I've been in line with other people, but because the way I carry myself, I've been invited to places and gone places. Now, here's the thing. I could do the job.
Sure, of course.
But I got the opportunity. And that's what we don't like to hear is the world is a competitive place. You need every advantage you can have. And if all things being equal, I ask everybody, if you are hiring somebody, if you're going to date somebody and they were all equal on paper, credentials, such and so forth, are you going to go with the person that looks more the part or just the other guys? And I'm like, I'll go with the person that looks more the part.
Right. Right.
Because your money's on the line.
Right. Yeah. Listen, I don't know if you remember this. Former tennis great Andre Agassi had a contract with Canon, the Canon cameras. And I remember the slogan was "Image is everything." And of course, there are people out there who said, well, image isn't everything. And I remember thinking to myself, yeah, actually it kind of is.
Image, and see, it's the chicken or the egg theory. This is the debate I tend to get. Yeah, I'm good with my image. It's really about my game and my character, and that's more important. And I'm like, no, the science says no. If in that 7 seconds, if you get put over here, you can get out of there, but you're going to have to spend 10 times as much time. A PUA would say, go to another target.
Sure, right.
It's not an either or thing. It's an and thing. You don't win with just the pass. You don't win with just the run. You win with the balanced attack.
There we go.
And if you go in and say, I got offense and defense, I got run and pass, I have my image and I have my game or my credentials or my whatever, you're a double threat. It's better than going into fight with both hands than one hand tied behind your back. But a lot of guys, because we don't buy our clothes, because we've been conditioned into thinking, well, you don't want to be superficial and you don't want to be fake and you don't want to be this, you want to be that. A lot of guys have been talked into being the lesser version of themselves, and then you see the same types of guys winning. I mean, if you look at a CEO, there's a look, there's a uniform look.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
You look at the top level of anything you want to get into, and there's a uniform and there's a code. If you want to get in there, you got to do that. Then you can change it. People always go to Mark Zuckerberg, the Steve Jobs, and say they don't do that kind of stuff. Yeah, but you didn't create a computer in your garage, and you didn't.
You didn't create the world's largest and most successful and most profitable website. Like, those guys are the outliers. Those are the exceptions to the rule.
So what it really comes down to is, guys, it's really understanding that it's simple, it's easy, it's less expensive, and the outcomes are incredible. Because, like I said, by just wearing a $15 fragrance that smells great year round, the guy got compliments he's never been complimented before on a fragrance in his life. By just simply pressing out his shirt, now he's being considered to be on level with people who normally just bypass him in the halls. What does that do for a man's self-esteem, the way he looks at himself? When people, I mean, there's just no two ways about it. So it's just a matter of learning how to go do it.
Is it ever appropriate to wear a suit other than to work or professional functions or funerals? When else is it appropriate for a man to wear a suit? Because a man who is in public in a suit, listen, he's in his uniform, and a lot of the high level PUA guys, a lot of the I mean, you know, Paul Janka, oh my God, I mean, the names, I mean, like the big time PUAs, they're all Christian McQueen. Those guys are like, hey, you know what? Step out in a suit. That's going to separate you from 95% of the guys out there. What are your thoughts on wearing a suit to just commingling other than professional functions or weddings or funerals?
Now, you mentioned I'm not a PUA. I mean, any experience I have has been lived experience.
Okay, good.
I wear a jacket, but let me show you something.
All right.
You see these jeans?
Yeah.
These jeans aren't skinny jeans. They're just slim fit. They fit my body. On a simple blazer, and I'm wearing a t-shirt. People say, I love that suit you're wearing.
Right. Wow. Okay. There we go.
And when you're wearing, I can be standing and the thing is, you command respect, because what do we associate suits with? Power, business, such and so forth. I will be standing in the middle of a food court or someplace with hundreds of people. People will come up to me and ask me a question. Do you know how to get to someplace? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to? I could be standing in the local Dillard's or Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom's. People will be like, I thought you were the manager. We automatically assume you're in charge, you own business, such and so forth. So is it appropriate? For me, I say yes, but it has to be a suit that works at your style level. Like, my style is more European. Let's say you have a much more all-American style, or let's say you have a preppy kind of style. You may just want to wear some chinos with a seersucker blazer, or a window pane sports coat with just a polo shirt under it. There's all these different versions of it, but you do stand out, because here's the hardcore reality of it. Every one of you guys, we're coming up on the weekend, go to your local mall and just look, and you see the guys who are 50 and 10-year-old boys are all still wearing, baggy, distressed kind of jeans, a graphic tee with like their team logo on it.
Guilty as charged, man. You're calling me out.
But there's a way to do that.
Sure.
And then the dad hat, and then like some runner shoes. You can do that same thing and wear the jeans. Just have them be like dark denim, or just make sure they fit. Okay. The t-shirt, the biggest error guys make is their stuff doesn't fit. If you think you're an extra large, size down to large. Go down one size. You can still wear the t-shirt. And then if you have the hat, I did a video about hats the other day where I took off my OU hat and I just put these on. This is one of the easiest ways a guy can change his look.
Wow, you look like a completely different person.
That's it. And these are sunglasses that I actually just put a prescription lens in, so they change. There's a science behind all this. You don't have to know the science. You just have to know what works for you. You can go out and do the same thing I said. You can wear the sneakers, but there are different versions. Wear some Stan Smiths. Stan Smiths, some dark denim, and that graphic tee, and with a great simple watch, that could be a Timex weekender. That's cool. Spray some fragrance on, and then just make sure your hat looks cool. You look completely different. Have a nice throwaway blazer in there, or a jean jacket, or a down kind of cool, a down little jacket, or a bomber jacket, even better, a bomber jacket.
Right.
You look like $1 million with the same stuff.
This is great information. Gentlemen, you are listening to TSR Live with one of the most sought after men's wardrobe consultants, Kevin Samuels. Be sure to visit his website, bykevinsamuels.com. That is BYKEVINSAMUELS. You can find him on Twitter at Kevin R. Samuels and the number 1. He can also be found on Facebook by doing a search for By Kevin Samuels. He is also on Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat. I'm also sure he's on social media sites that haven't been invented yet. He offers a variety of services, from just a simple image consultation to a full makeover, and he can do this in person or via Skype or by phone. Go to his website, bykevinsamuels.com, and click on Male Makeovers for your free 30-minute phone consultation. And Kevin, one question I want to ask you is about some of the fashion do's and most importantly don'ts. What do you feel is the biggest mistake that men make when dressing themselves?
Well, the biggest mistake the men, there are two. There's one major mistake men make. It's all about the fit.
Okay.
Fit. I always say fit over fashion. The average guy is wearing his shirt 1 to 2 sizes too big. The average jacket is 1 size too big. The average pants are below your stomach. Let's say you're a bigger guy. You need to wear your pants at your natural waist, not below your belly. But it's all about the fit. You can wear a $5,000 outfit and look horrible. You can wear a $30 outfit minus the shoes and look incredible. I did this. I walked around wearing some nice shoes. I wore a $20 pair of Levi jeans, a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, and I got more compliments on that outfit.
Wow.
Because it fit than I did when I wore this $1,200 suit pants combo that didn't fit. It is all about the fit. Once you nail the fit, then you start getting into quality and that kind of stuff. And quality and price are two different things. Guys, we look at price and I look at value, but that's another conversation.
Got a question here from Anti-Gravity 74. He asks, should a chubbier guy wear fitted clothing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I direct your attention to President William H. Taft.
Ah, yes, the heaviest. I think the one of the most famous stories is they got stuck in a bathtub.
Yep, but the thing about, what do you think about when you visualize what he looked like? What do you remember?
I just remember that he was fat.
He's fat and he got that mustache.
Right. Well, yeah.
But if you look at him, he wore 3-piece suits. And from the 3-piece suit was one seamless piece of material from his shoes all the way up to his face. Henry VIII, the notorious picture of Henry VIII.
Yep.
That dude is G'd up because everything fit on him. Chris Christie, governor of New York, whether you like him or not, he actually dresses as a heavier man really, really well. Now, where we think about it should be fitted, it's not skinny. Skinny has been, with this skateboard culture, is kind of threw stuff on.
Skateboard culture, I love it.
Yeah. Just get rid of all the boot cut pants in your wardrobe and just make sure that they're tapered down at the ankle a little bit. But everybody has a body type. The beautiful thing with the internet today, guys, is you can actually get custom clothing made for your body in the comfort of your own home quicker. I mean, you can get better quality stuff made cheaper if you're just willing to relearn some stuff. And you're going to have to learn it anyway because the retail malls and crap are closing left and right.
Yeah, hey, you know what? You're absolutely right, man. I mean, listen, Amazon is putting everybody out of business.
Yeah. So, yeah, big guys, I work with big guys and, non-traditional size guys. Honestly, unless you're 5'10" and 165 pounds, everything in the mall really doesn't fit you.
Huh. I never thought of it. Why is that? Is that the standard size? I mean, why is that?
That's the go-to-market strategy. The standard man is 5'10", 165 pounds. So they make a block pattern to fit that. If you're taller, they just add more length on the bottom of the shirt. If you're shorter, they just move, but they don't really change the dimensions. Most guys' armholes are down here. There's so many little things that you just have on it, then guys really understand. If you go custom, you'll see. I'm dropping a video this week talking about a custom shirt that I got. It was $24. It looks better than a $300 shirt I own.
How in the hell are you able to get custom clothes for that inexpensive? Like, where do you find this stuff?
In my business, there are companies called Hockerty, MT. There are hundreds of companies.
Okay.
So these companies will come to my channel and say, hey, can you review our product? And then if you like it, can you recommend it to your guys? This watch, a company contacted me and they sent me their entire watch line. I reviewed it because I liked it. And then I recommended it to my guys. You think about clothing. Just think about the business of it. That shirt that goes to Macy's, they got to pay the employee at Macy's to sell it. They got to pay the rent. They got to pay customer service, the CEO. All that stuff is baked into the price. So even when they had these 80% sales, they got that thing for pennies on a dollar. And
right, they're still making big money.
So a company can take all that out, say go directly to the maker. Here's the material. Take a picture with your hands up like this, or get your measurements done. Go to Joseph A. Banks or Men's Warehouse, get measured for a tuxedo. Send us your measurements in. We'll send you a shirt in 2 weeks. Okay, how did it fit? You like it? Didn't like it? Okay, send it back. We'll remake it. But once you dial your measurements in, every shirt fits like a dream, and you don't have to worry about that. It's been the best hack I've gotten last year outside of learning how to wear right hats for my head.
I'm telling you, man, this is when I invited you on, man, I'm keeping it 100 here. I didn't expect this level of, and I always learn from my guests, but like this kind of stuff, I'm 40 years old. I had no idea about any of this stuff. Wooden hangers, custom fit clothes. I honestly had no, this is great information, man.
What kind of bikes are those back there?
They're actually a couple of Schwinn's, man. I used to ride I rode a Schwinn 700C DSB Oxblood. I rode 2 of those because one of them got stolen last October. So then I bought another one that was a little cheaper model, but then I decided that after the winter time, it was time to get back on that. And my girl bought me, I think it's called the OSB something. It's another 700C 28mm bike. And she rides a Schwinn as well. I heard you say that you're quite the cyclist as well, man. So we definitely have something in common there. So
just like cycling, I have a Cervelo R3, which won the Tour de France.
Oh, wow.
Because I do 5 100-mile races a year.
No shit. Oh, wow. You are hardcore, man.
When I used to fight full contact martial arts. I used to fight Sin Shao, but at 40, I stopped doing that and I started riding more. That's how I stay.
Yeah, that's how you stay fit.
Sure. But think about it. When you're riding the bike, there's a difference between riding and you're riding 100 miles. You see the guys in the entire bike outfit.
Yes.
Because it's not to look cool. It's because it's compression. It's this. You're doing it for function.
Right.
But if you're just out riding around the lake with your friends and such and so forth, you can throw on your tennis shoes and shorts, such and so forth. Clothing is the same way. The beautiful thing is you get more return out of spending a little bit more. But there's a point for everybody to where you can start spending a tremendous amount more, but you're not getting any more return.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
That's that sweet spot that guys get to. Most guys are way over here. So if you just start actually learning a little bit more about this, and I'm gonna just say this. Honestly, it's cheaper to hire me to consult with you, to point you in the right direction, to tell you what you need to do for your body, for your outcomes, the stores you need to shop at, your style, personality, and give you a complete roadmap, and then say, go forward. That'll save you thousands and thousands of dollars over your life, and you don't have to keep going back and forth with it.
Right. Because listen, man, fashion consultants, especially the high dollar ones. I don't know if you've ever been out to LA, man. They charge they're charging 5 figures, sometimes even 6 figures. Just for a consultation.
Yeah, and it's funny. BGS was mentioned that when I did this video. I left New York City and Dallas to come to Oklahoma to do this business.
Okay.
Because no one serves the Midwest and middle class guys. I've had some NBA clients, some NFL clients.
Oh, wow.
I've had people actually want me to do their stuff primarily, but then that kind of made me feel too much like an employee. I can help more guys change their lives and outcomes at this level. I have to work harder. I have to do more education, but that's really what I like. I speak at the local universities in the spring and summer to the business school and to the legal school, to the law school about this. There's something that's being called soft skills. You're going to see more and more people going back to learn this stuff. Companies are actually starting to send their employees back to school to learn A, B, C, D. And who's teaching those classes? It's not the fashion professors. It's not the legal professors. It's not the business professors. They're contracting with people.
Guys like you, yeah.
The curriculum that they teach at the University of Oklahoma is my curriculum when I do my keynote speech every year. They built
so take note, guys. What he's basically saying there is that's code for I know my shit. That's basically what that is.
I think on YouTube, we get a sense of familiarity and we don't really realize, because not a lot of people on YouTube are just talking about, hey, I'm good in style and I like what I do. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
But somebody who's actually behind the scenes, who knows all this stuff, like you said, you weren't expecting this level of information. And we've just surfaced. And here's the beautiful thing about it, guys. You don't have to know. It's like to say, how deep is your doctor's knowledge? Can he help you when you have a headache or when you hurt your toe? That's all you need to know.
Sure.
Go to that guy. He can help you and you'll be done.
Good stuff, man. This is great information. Okay, so I was telling you about a couple of unique accessories that I have. If you guys are looking at the screen, you can see my handcuff necklace, and then also my watch. It's got a nice leather cuff. I actually completely customized this watch myself. I bought the actual watch, and I like good thick watches. I bought this watch in Beverly Hills a few years back, and then I got the custom watch band from a small company in Florida. Called oldschoolleather.com, the Ken and Jamie Cordell you out there, 20, I think it was either 20 or $25, and I put the buttons on myself. So, and I get a lot of compliments on my handcuff necklace, guys and girls. Hey, I like your necklace. Hey, I like your watch.
I know girls like it.
Yeah, the ladies, listen, the ladies absolutely love it. And listen, girls are always looking for an excuse to talk to you. And so if you have that one accessory that sets you up, I don't know anybody else who has the handcuff necklace. I don't know anybody else who has a watch that looks like this. And if they do, they don't have that combination. So what, in your estimation, Kevin, what is the single most important accessory a man should own?
A watch.
Okay.
A watch communicates so many things, and I used to be a huge. I've owned them all, the Rolexes and all that other kind of stuff. No, get a nice metal day-band watch, and then get some signature watches. It is the one accessory I put on every guy. Again, t-shirt, jeans, Stan Smiths. Put on a watch, you instantly jump your style up. Wow. 2 levels, a watch and then a fragrance. That gives you 2 or 3 nuance points because it just shows attention to detail. It's a conversation piece. Fellow watch lovers were looking at I'm looking at the watch and I'm like, okay, I see that. Your necklace, that necklace says bad boy player. That's what that says. And women who like an alpha male who's a bad boy player see those handcuffs and they're like, ooh, I like, wonder if he used those on me. That happens inside of 7 seconds.
Sure.
And that's who Donovan is internally, but he just said that across the way without having to say a word. That's what your image does. It speaks without you having to talk. This bracelet right here, these wings, that's more my rocker kind of. I like Tool and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay.
All these things say something different. This watch says something different. A guy, the most important accessory is a watch, and you can actually get watches today because all these companies are making private label watches for under $150, and you can change your watches out. And the beautiful thing, guys, if you watch my channel, I give these things away. I'm always doing giveaways from companies because when I review these kind of things, I always end up giving them away, or at least a discount code or something. So,
it's interesting what you say about a bunch of watch companies. Chrono, I'm a big fan of Chrono Fighter style watches, and that's what this watch is sort of in the image of. It doesn't have the accessory on the side, but I've always really liked Chrono Fighter style watches. And listen, those watches go for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. You can get a clean replica for $75, $100. Easily. It's very now. This is sort of an off question. I'm left-handed, and I wear my watch. Oh, okay. But do you wear your watch on your right hand or your left hand?
I switch, and there's no protocol.
Okay.
You typically you wear it on your offhand. So I will have people say, "Well, why are you wearing your?" And actually, I haven't. The only reason I have these over here is because I hurt my finger.
Okay.
I typically wear my watch on my right hand because I'm left-handed, and it automatically grabs somebody's attention because it stands out from the norm.
Right. Because everybody wears their watches on their left hand because most people are right-handed.
So with the way you look, you have the lines, you got the beard, so that automatically says manly. You have I can see your cheekbones. I see that necklace. It says bad boy player. You got a big manly watch on your right hand with the tattoos right there. Women who like bad boy player kind of stuff are going to be drawn to you. They're going to automatically think you say one thing, and when you go speak to her, they're going to be like, wow, yeah, half your work is done by your image.
Yes. I would totally. And listen, I've never been a fashion consultant, but guys who come to me for advice. I mean, of course, I don't have your level of knowledge, but I tell them, look, man, what you wear says a lot about you. I can't give you the deep scientific knowledge like Kevin Samuels does, but I can tell you that what you wear is very important because it conveys a lot about you in a very short period of time.
And that's a beautiful thing. That's all you wanted to do. You wanted to nail that first 7 seconds to where you can actually get in and get a chance. Nail that opening and then let your behavior, communication, game, style, whatever it is, get you through the next point. Are you going to win everything? No, but you'll always be in it. And the beautiful thing is it's authentic to you. Even if you're not around anybody, you like that fucking watch.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You like that necklace. You like what you do. You like when you see it, like, yeah, I like that. Because you recognize your outside you recognize your inside being shown on the outside, and it makes sense. It's all about the authentic you.
Good, very good information. Yeah, I like anybody who tells me that my style, whatever you want to call my style, you're definitely going to get high marks for me. You addressed this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it again for those of you who are joining us a little bit late. What would you say to men out there who say, well, I don't need to look flashy. I don't need to pay attention to my clothes. My game and my personality will win girls over. What do you say to guys like that?
I'd say that, you're fighting with half of your arsenal. It's not an either or thing. It's an and thing. It's and here's the thing. A lot of guys have been brainwashed to being less than. We have such a war on manhood right now.
Oh, of course.
If you're an alpha male and such and so forth. They're tamping you down, trying to tell you, you just need to be, it's your character. It's your ethic. Good if attraction happens. Look, Anita Hill, Clarence Thomas. Would it have been sexual harassment if Clarence Thomas looked like Denzel Washington?
Hell no. Of course not.
And guys, we intend to, and the beautiful thing is, guys are logical. When we finally accept it, these are the rules to the game. We play the game by the rules.
That's right.
And then you can win. It's like, even you say you don't care about you're not into fashion, but you care about your appearance and I see you, and everything is always consistent. When I see you on tape or on YouTube, I'm like, he's consistent with who he is or who I think he is to be. You couldn't come on here with pastel colors and a bow tie, and that wouldn't make any sense to me. I'd be like, wait a minute, these two things don't match. But if you came on with some John Barbados black leather jacket, and I like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's who he is.
What should a man ever take fashion advice from a woman? Because listen, obviously this is a very male centric show. It is a male centric show. I don't take advice. The only kind of advice I take from women or a woman is my girl, she's an internet marketing expert. Other than that, she's an exception to the rule in a lot of different ways. ways. That doesn't make her a snowflake or a unicorn, but
Right.
be that as it may, she's very good at what she does. So when it comes to internet marketing, I defer to her expertise. What about, because we're all raised to believe that women have a much keener sense of fashion sense, right? Like men, we don't know anything about fashion, so we defer to women. So
that's the kryptonite.
Okay, all right. So your answer is, I guess it's no, or
no? It's no for this reason.
Okay.
Female nature, we're all red pill. Women think about themselves more than anything else. When women dress their men or their boys or their husbands or their family, they're dressing you like they'd like to see you, but they also want to keep you not looking as good as you can.
Right. Oh, that's exactly right.
At the end of the day, they're really dressing you to fit with what they have because it's about them. So I love going to a store and see a husband and maybe a son, and then the mother leaves.
She's picking everything out.
Yeah, she's picking everything out, and the husband and the sons are just walking behind like drones. I'm like, how do y'all feel? Oh, this sucks. I'm like, what are you trying to? And then I will step into the situation and help the boy. I filmed this kind of stuff.
Wow.
The only time you accept a woman's advice is if she's an actual professional in fashion, or she. No, I'd say that she has to be an actual professional in fashion, or she has to have a track record of being able to dress men that aren't attached to her. Because your girl can dress you, but you're still gonna like it. Now, how do you navigate that in the context of a relationship? You tell them some things you like, but you make the major things yourself. The shoes got to be you. The cologne has to be you. There are more guys sitting on fragrance that their girlfriend bought them, that the girlfriend wanted to have them wear, and they hate it. And they only wear it when shit's around her. You wear the shit she likes when it sits around her, but you got to wear, like you, I'll throw you in some John Barbados Dark Rebel, and you would love it. That stuff's $30 because it just works with your style. Right. It's leather, it's this, it communicates all the things you want to. It's not overbearing, it's kick-ass. And overall, it's about being your best level. Look, guys, understand something. The world is a better place when a man is the best version of himself. When you're on your game, doing your thing, in your zone, living your truth, women will follow you. They may tell you what they want, but they really want to follow. If she wants to give you advice, you can say, thanks, honey. But if you can actually show her that you got a consultation, you learn how to do it on herself, she's going to get moist. She'll be like, ooh, he wouldn't, because she's going to think you did it for her. You went and got a style consult? Yeah. I wanted to look good for you. You're doing it for you.
That's good. I wanted to look. Now that's not something I would say. If my girl were to say, hey, and that's the thing. My girl doesn't try to dress me. She does buy me stuff every once in a while. But, if you guys are in relationships, dude, grab your balls. Hey, look, can I buy you XYZ? No. I got it. Listen, I got a consultant with Kevin Samuels, and he's going to dress me. Well, what if I don't like it? Well, tough. That's just how it is.
I have more wives that will actually. I've had more wives and girlfriends who book consults with them.
No shit. Are you serious?
Well, come on, dude. One of the easiest ways to inject some romance into a relationship. A woman that's with you, she wants you to look good, and
because it represents her.
Exactly.
Yes.
And a lot of guys don't know how to do it. And here's the thing: most guys are like, oh, that's gay. I'm not gonna go have a guy tell me what to put on. Women will buy it and tell their husbands they want it or whatever. I am responsible for more children being born in Oklahoma.
I
got all these little suburban wives coming up and say, I booked my husband a consult, and I'll be sitting with the guy and he'll look at me like, big black dude. Then I'll show him something like, I like this dude. I'm like, yeah. And then you see the wives melt, and the guys always call me and be like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Look, let me tell you about what happened last night.
Yeah. I mean, it's a win-win fucking situation.
Sure.
You can't beat it. So everybody's a winner in that one.
I got two more questions for you. The first question is, how many pairs of pants? How many dress shirts? We already said 5 pairs of shoes. How many pants? How many dress shirts? How many t-shirts? What is the number of your foundation, right? You don't want to go out and buy, something you can only wear with one outfit. So how many pairs of pants? What color? How many dress shirts? What color should a man have if he's looking to build a solid wardrobe?
Okay, let's start with, I'm going to answer this 2 ways. The easiest thing to do is nail the dress shirts. You need lots of crisp white cotton dress shirts. So like 3 white cotton dress shirts.
Okay.
With varying collars, one with a wide spread, one with the point. You need 1 blue, which is like baby bluish.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a guy who's anti-pink, you can get a purple, a lighter purple. If you're not have a problem with pink, you can get pink. So that's 5 shirts.
Okay.
Jeans. All guys need 1 pair of dark denim jeans, dark blue, almost black. They need to be, slim cut, not skinny, slim, and then tapered at the ankle. Then after that, you can go in to get a black pair or a gray pair, then get a distressed pair. But you only really need 1 pair of jeans, max, or 2. But that dark denim looks like some suit pants when you're with that white shirt.
Sure, right. That's when people are telling you, hey, you have a nice suit on, when you're wearing a denim pair of pants, a blazer, and a t-shirt.
That's it. So the majority of stuff a guy's going to wear is going to be t-shirts. V-necks were in really heavily last couple of years, but crew necks will always be in. Just make sure you get nice Pima cotton shirts that you can't see through.
Okay.
And I always like to stick to the monochrome. I'm white and black. And then if I put any color in, it'll maybe a gray or navy blue. But really, it's a varying mix. But the basis is the dress shirt and the t-shirt. Then you can throw in a polo shirt, the polo shirt. And then you want one blazer. The difference between a blazer and a sports coat is the buttons. I like to get a sports coat because it doesn't have the metal buttons. Then that dark suit, and you're really good. But here's the simpler equation. Guys, you can get 21 plus days of clothing outfits out of 9 pieces.
Wow.
I have a video on my channel where I show, and I stopped at 21.
Okay.
It was a pair of jeans, a pair of slacks. It was 3 shirts. It was a tie. It was a sweater. It was a jacket, a pair of shoes. It came up to be 9 items, and you get so many different outfits, and they look different because you think about it. That white shirt, put that white shirt on with some slacks and a pair of shoes. That's one outfit. Change the pants to jeans. It's another outfit. Throw a sweater on top of that, on either one of those. That's 2 more outfits. Throw a jacket on top of either one of those. You see how the progression goes. So you can actually invest in higher quality garments that look great. My wardrobe is not extensive. It's just well designed because it's a plan.
Very good, man. That is great information. I got another question here from a viewer. He says, can you recommend a good brand of jeans to buy?
Joe, Joe. Joe is a good brand of jeans, and you can get them at NordstromRack.com. Joe and the Brixton. The Brixton is a kind of cut that works with any guy. And the price is about, retail at Nordstrom Rack is about $79.97.
Okay.
Original cost is like $200. You can get them for as little as $20 when they're on sale, though.
So when you say Nordstrom Rack, what's the difference between Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack? Like, are they 2 different stores, or?
Yeah, they're 2 different stores. Every major department store has a version of their outlet mall.
So this is where you can get stuff on discount.
Yeah, like Saks Fifth Avenue, high-end store. They have Saks off Fifth. So, this bracelet came from Saks off Fifth. At Saks, this thing was $700. I got it at Saks off Fifth, and I got for $60.
Jesus Christ, man. So you just have to know where to find this stuff.
Yeah, and for me, I live this stuff, so I get I have special access, but you can all go to these websites, NordstromRack.com, SaksOffFifth.com, and then you all know Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus has a website called Last Call. Go look for Magnani shoes and just show yourself. You'll go see a pair of Magnani shoes in Nordstrom that'll be $500, and you'll go see the same shoes on Nordstrom Rack for $150.
God damn, man. That is unbelievable.
That right there, guys pay me $60 to ask questions to get that little bit of knowledge. Let me give you 2 more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do not buy cologne or fragrance in a mall or a store ever again. I'm going to say this for 100%. You can go to 2 websites, Notino, Notino.com, and get the very same fragrance. I don't care if it's high-end Creed fragrance that's $500 a bottle, or you can go get Acqua di Gio Profumo, which is, it's going to be sick. It's going to be 40 to 70% off. Stuff that you can walk into the mall and have to drive and park and everything else, you can have it delivered in 2 days. Or fragrancenet.com. Now subscribe to my channel for that information. Because
absolutely, I've listen, guys. I've spammed Kevin's channel here, guys. Listen, man. Obviously, Kevin knows his shit. Subscribe to his channel, go to his website, buykevinsamuels.com, free 30-minute consultation. You seem to be big on fragrances.
Yes.
What is talk about the importance of because I'll give you my because I don't own cologne. I use Old Spice body spray, the Fiji kind. I've been wearing that for a year and a half. So I don't know if that's good, bad, or whatever. But
give me your address and I'm gonna send you something. You'll see.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, that's what we like to hear here here at TSR Towers. We'll make sure we get that. What's the importance of fragrance and smelling good?
The importance, fragrance is the exclamation point on your personal brand. Why is it important? Fragrance is the first sense that a human being develops. It's the most important scent. Think about childhood memories. Do you remember what your mama's cookies smelled like, or grandma's house, or that one girl that you used to like? It is the sense that's tied closest to memory. As far as red pill knowledge, it is one of the easiest ways to hook a woman before. Roses, ambers, and vanillas hit a woman's subconscious in a way that guys, I could spend hours telling you. That's why guys have always given women roses. It hits their subconscious. But as far as guys, things like leathers and woods and vetivers make you feel more masculine and manly. Are you into aromatherapy?
No.
Have you ever been into aromatherapy?
I've never tried it before.
But we all understand what it is. Certain smells can make you feel certain ways. Same thing. The importance of wearing a fragrance is 95% of the people don't wear something. It just separates you. It's uniquely you. Just like your watch and your necklace, wearing a fragrance every day, people will start to associate that with you, and plus it elevates your mood. There's so many different.
It smells good.
It smells good, and it's not complicated, and it doesn't have to be overly powerful. Every guy can get away with having one signature scent, and then maybe having maximum 6 different fragrances. Really, I think they're about 3 or 4 that you could use for a lifetime.
How about that? And that was just a question I was interested in myself. My last question for you, Kevin. And listen, man, this has been awesome, man. Like, I've learned that, like, we've been on for we've been on for over almost an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. No, an hour and 15 minutes. And I've learned more about fashion and fragrances than I've learned my entire life. So I definitely appreciate I definitely appreciate having you on. I will definitely have you on again in the near future.
Cool.
Being in shape, how important is being in shape to looking good? Or is it because you mentioned Governor Chris Christie out there in the state of New Jersey? He's a big guy. He dresses well. Former President William H. Taft obviously looked like $1 million. He was a big guy. So does being in shape help or hurt you more than being a bigger guy hurts you?
Honestly, if you nail your image, you have most of the game won.
Okay.
The average woman really doesn't like a guy who's big, swole up, muscle bound. They like a guy who's solid, leaning more towards like a dad bod. But it's easier to dress in proportion when your silhouette looks different, your shape looks different. Sure. But overall, here's the thing. I will tell you this. Any guy, I don't care what you look like, what your body style is, how tall, how short you are. If you just have a simple outfit that fits, wear fragrance, put on a watch, make sure your shoes are clean and they're nice, 2 to 3 points easily. It's documented, it's scientific, you can't beat it. And then it's like, if you are in shape, have a great body, broad shoulders, you just keep winning. You just keep gaining. It's not like it's not either or, it's an and thing.
Right. Okay.
Every guy can look good. Every guy can look good.
Kevin, my friend, it's been a pleasure, man. Like I said, this has been this has been one of my best one of my best interviews to date. I don't think I've ever learned as much about one topic as I have here tonight. So my thanks to you. I've sent you my address so that you can get me out of this fragrance purgatory that I seem to be in. Guys, follow this guy on Twitter at Kevin R Samuels and the number 1. You can, go to his website, check out his services, buykevinsamuels.com. You can also find him on Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat. What else am I missing? Listen, go to his website, buykevinsamuels.com. Hover your mouse over male makeovers, and you can click on either live or virtual, or in person or virtual. And you can get a free 30-minute phone consultation. Guys, this guy is the real deal. I absolutely will have him on. Jeopardy Clark says, damn, I hate that I missed this. Don't worry, Jeopardy, this is going to be on replay. Kevin, any parting words before we cut this thing off?
No, guys, look, understand something, that it's all about being the best version of yourself. It's not about wearing a costume or an outfit. It's not about trying to look too try hard, trying to impress anybody. It's about liking the man in the mirror and enjoying the life you have. You can do it. You can do it with the money you have. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have model good looks. Every guy can pull this off. You just have to make the decision to actually want to learn something new and be open to a little bit of information, and you'd be amazed at what life can offer you. So that's it. Thanks for having me on, Donovan.
Hey, Kevin, we got to do this again sometime soon. And I think, whenever my next interview with you, I just wore a basic, little short sleeved hoodie here that I got off of Amazon for $6. I'm gonna have to step up my investment game the next time I come on with you, man. You're making me look bad over here. Kevin, it has been a pleasure. We will do this again soon.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys.